Let's now take on that conversation, looking at the indictment of the NNPCL by an Auditor-General Annual Report 2021, which is going to the National Assembly for further review. We're joined now by Attorney at Law, Eze Eluche. Eze, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Do confirm you can hear me now.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invite. My pleasure.
All right. Has there been any response from the NNPCL to this Auditor General's report? And what would be some of the constitutional and legal implications of their actions?
Well, I do not expect the NNPC to bother to respond to this. It's part of the impunity the NNPC under the leadership of Mele Kyari has always displayed. Not too long ago, it was reported that over 400,000 barrels of crude was missing every day from the NNPC, and then nothing has happened. So why would you expect him to bother to respond to this issue? Nigeria has not shown seriousness in addressing the fraud, the humongous corruption that goes on in the NNPC. And if we realize that NNPC is the goose that lays the golden egg in this country, in our national economy, it becomes very clear why the economy cannot move forward. Until we tackle the fraud and impunity going on in NNPC, we can't move forward. The amounts mentioned by the Auditor General are quite huge. They're well over 82 billion in one with regards to illicit deductions, 330-something billion. I mean, but when you compare it with what was stolen, when 400,000 barrels of crude were being stolen on a daily basis, it amounts to over 16 trillion per annum. And one is not even surprised that the current NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, recently informed Nigerians that 400,000 barrels of crude oil is still being stolen on a daily basis. So if 16 trillion naira is being stolen, what is this issue of 82 billion? It's peanuts. Anybody expecting Mele Kyari to respond to this doesn't understand how these things work. It's not penalizing for the humongous theft
but at least
undergoing. And you want to talk about this? Yes.
Even if he doesn't respond, but there is a possibility of action. The National Assembly is expected to deliberate on the report in the coming weeks. How do you think they should respond to these findings that might compel some sort of action or punitive measures against NNPCL?
Well, if we had real strong institutions, particularly with the Nigerian police, the EFCC, the Code of Conduct Bureau, those agencies do not need to wait for National Assembly deliberation into this matter. They can step in because already the General's report is a forensic assessment of the NNPC. They can use that as a basis to invite the leadership of the NNPC to come and account for what is stated in these reports. The Auditor General is not a fluke, it's not a joke. It's the officer that takes charge of the discrepancies of misappropriation of federal funds. And he has released this report. We agree. He tabled it to the National Assembly. But the Nigerian Police Force, the EFCC, and the Code of Conduct Bureau should not wait for us. Because this National Assembly, they are not, I mean, it's unfortunate to say, but from their precedent, from their antecedents, we cannot really expect much from them. If care is not taken, they will go on vacation. And that is the end of this report. So I call on the EFCC, the Nigerian Police Force, because they have authority. The Code of Conduct Bureau, you don't have to wait for us. The amounts they mentioned here are worrisome. And unfortunately, even the state governments who are being defrauded, because the amounts the NNPC is said to have misappropriated is funds that should have gone into the federation account, where state governments and local governments should be able to share.
Everyone is impacted.
Share every month. Yes.
Yeah, everyone is impacted. I mean, let's see what happens in the coming days. Thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.